So one other interesting note for you completists out there, and I'll get back to that part in a second. But so I don't know if you've noticed that a lot of books are getting pushed back as far as publication date. A lot of big New York's publisher, Big Five books. The pub dates are being pushed back, and the reason that's happening is because there's a supply chain shortages in the publishing business. Paper shortages are killing everybody. And it presented a really unique challenge for this book, for Gwendy's Final Task, because tens of thousands of copies are going into the Barnes and Noble stores. Tens of thousands of copies went to Amazon, and they all have they all have deadlines. They all have expiration dates on their purchase orders. We have to get books to them by a certain time. So it's not like having 100,000 copies of the hardcover ready on publication day on February 15th is good enough. They need them early because they need to get them through their system. So, a book that would usually take us 2 months to print, even at this quantity, this time around took us almost 6 months in some cases. We had to use two different printers. We had to use two different plants at each printer. So there was 4 different shipments coming in at different times. And yeah, it's been interesting. It's been a challenge, and it's something that Steve and I talked about at length. Wanting to make sure that we did whatever we had to do to get the books out on time. So, yeah, not fun, but now it's fun that the books are all finished and we're almost ready to get them in your hands. But yeah, so there's one version, and before anybody says which one's the true first, we got up both of these shipments in the same week, so they're all the first edition. But there is you'll see there is one version that has a green boards with stamping on it, and then there's another version that has gray thicker boards with very little stamping on it, because in order to do the rush job we needed, they couldn't do more. So yeah, there's 2 versions floating around out there for you completists, green and gray. But yeah, it's been a major challenge getting these books, having them here to meet all the retail demand. And it's going to be a challenge for the rest of the year for everyone. Paper shortages are, if you're doing 500 copies of a book, excuse me, you're in much better shape. But still, you gotta wait in the queue, and books that were taking 2 months to print are now taking 4, 5, 6. So interesting times.